can turn this show on with her smile? Who can take a nothing topic and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's me, Seamus, and you should know it.
I'm
With each
Louisa McCormack.
question and every little segue, I show it, because chat is all around. No need to waste it. I can host a segment, why don't you book it? I'm gonna host on my own.
This Jamie mania is sweeping the land. It doesn't bug you that the chicks think you're so damn cute and they might never cook a thing that you...
I don't believe that. I so don't believe that, actually.
Here I am at King's Cross Station in downtown London, England. Now, I love train stations anytime, anywhere, but this is one of the greatest stations in the world. Grand Central Station eats your heart out, and I'm here for an extremely special occasion because arriving anytime now, in fact, on the dot because it's magic. Hogwarts Express at platform 9 3/4.
I'm a lady. I am a lady.
Well, good for you. Are you swearing? Nobody's swearing. Ladies don't swear.
Never.
And you didn't swear.
Or perspire.
We didn't come here to have a bad time, did we?
Hey, Jennifer, like, there's legal shows, there's medical shows. Like, wouldn't you say the espionage shows are the sexiest?
Absolutely, there's nothing sexier because you have to be something different every single episode. Maybe one week you have to be a hot chick, the next week you have to be rough and dirty.
You don't ever look through those newspapers with, like, the holes, do you? Like, Get Smart?
Possibly, it's a definite possibility. We'll have to see how that goes.
I immediately want to be your friend because you use the word unseemly. Oh. And I adore that word. And any chick who uses the word unseemly in convo.
We could be friends.
Could we?
Okay. The book is called Misconceptions because women tend to carry, especially women my age and your age, the 35 to 20, generations. We carry certain misconceptions on the journey to motherhood.
But I don't feel like I'm a victim of my culture in that way. And you might think that I'm kidding myself, but I've had all kinds of gory talks with my girlfriends about what's involved with birth, and I know there's defecation, there's vomit. Are there some guys who are just too cool to be caught listening to a chick rapping?
Yeah, I think so. I think hip-hop is forget them. Forget them. Chicks buy records anyways.
Thank you. So I started sort of listing my pet computer peeves. And the more of them that I listed, the more I realized that how much I love typewriters. I mean, like, let's indulge ourselves, like, spell check and the grammarian.
Oh,
like,
don't get me going on spell check. Spell check does not understand English.
And it's all Yankee spelling, too, with all due respect to our American guests.
But if you put something like Gadzooks into your story...
Or a name, or a proper name.
Right. Yeah.
You love San Francisco.
I do.
You're very firmly based there in your writing, aren't you?
Yeah, and in my life. I can't imagine leaving. It's just so much a part of my own... Well, it's my lore now. I mean, it's part of my own mythology, so...
And you're part of San Francisco mythology. They write about you in the guidebooks, apparently.
Yeah. When I'm having like a blue day, I'll go down to the bookstore and get out one of the guidebooks and look myself up in the index and see if they're still telling people how to get to 28 Barbary Lane, and it makes me feel better.
So apparently, tell me, you were answering the call of nature when you received this accolade of culture, right?
Well, actually, Katie Collins, who was traveling around with me, received it on her cell phone, and I heard her screaming in the hall. And I thought, either she's screaming with joy or she's screaming with horror. But it turned out to be joy.
So apparently you get like 1,000 quid no matter what.
I do?
Yeah, that's what I read. And I'm just hoping you're going to buy yourself some shoes.
Now, the Calgarians pride themselves on their cowboy food. What's cowboy food besides pancakes?
Well, might you ask? I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so here at the Midway, it's kind of like this outward-bound, like, survival strategy that I'm practicing. And, like, it just, Dan, I'm sorry, but it just seems so unfair that corn dogs aren't vegetarian. They really ought to be.
I like them. I'm good at them.
Left turns.
Yes. My left turns rock.
Yeah,
Well,
apparently.
Yeah. Now, so let me ask you this then. Are you the only one of your group of peers that doesn't drive?
No, I think there's about 10 people in Canada over the age of 30 who don't have their licenses, and they're all my friends.
Okay,
gentlemen, to your shame, before we let you go, we just have one thing to show our viewers here in the chat room, and that would be Levi's acid wash!
Take it away! Take it away!
What I wanted to do was go person by person, but God forbid I should get a reputation as anal. So I want to short circuit and discuss the leather pant as an institution. Oh my God, this is a revelation. We chicks, we thought that we had all of the complications because our hemlines go up and down, but your ties go in and out.
Yep, they go wider, wide, and then thin.
Question, the cottage wedding. Getting very trendy. Do you wear the high heels or the flip-flops? I'm looking at the bandana, and I'm thinking, I want to bite your style. I love the bandana.
Well, thank you. It's good for bad hair days.
If you had a girlfriend, and you were just like hanging out with her going for coffee, and she saw your red bandana, and the next time you got together, she was wearing a red bandana, would you feel like she had bitten your style?
Oh, I'd feel so bad.
You can call it your period, your ant flow, the monthlies, that time of the month, menstruation, menses, my friend, code red, red fairy on the rag, crimson tide, or riding the white pony. But please, I beg of you, don't call it the curse.
Now, I'm going to treat a hemorrhoid for you in the traditional way. It's not the way I use...
I don't have one.
Never mind, I have one for you. I actually don't use the rubber band. I just find the hemorrhoid, lock onto it.
Well, you're a cowboy, aren't you?
Give it a freeze, and then, well, you're go.
We have a call from Kenneth. Seamus, I'm interrupting you brutally, but I really want to talk to Kenneth from Toronto. Hi, Kenneth.
Hi, how are you?
Well, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Well, you know what's liberating for me is that when men take hormones,
yes,
you have to work out more because you don't stay in shape in the same way that dudes do.
That's true.
And I was like, justice.
That's true. And you know, talking about hormones, for me, it was also a liberating thing. Like, it was great going through these cycles, you know, of mood swings and craving. I know I had a craving of chocolate bar, and I kept going every day having a chocolate bar.
So you were having fun getting PMS,
It was
basically.
great. It was great.
This just in, we've just heard that former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau has passed away, and this about 5 minutes ago.
We've actually spent moments on this set just amazed at how much that man meant to us. There have been times that some of us have just stumbled to find the words to explain what it meant for us growing up to have a hero like that in charge of our country. What is that mysteriously wonderful quality? How?
He was just heads and shoulders above everyone else. He's the reason I got into politics. He's the reason why a lot of people got involved.
On the break, I called New York, called my cousin.
Did you get through?
I got through.
Wow.
He was at home, and he works in the financial district. And I said, help me understand how you're feeling. And he said, well, basically, there's a couple of Wall Street firms that no longer exist. You know, these firms have existed for a couple of generations. You know, and they're gone. Everybody who went to work for these companies is gone.
Yeah.
As architects, though, you must assume that you construct during your lifetime will pursue. And
yes.
What a strange nightmare it must be as people who have constructed these edifices to see them crumble.
Oh, yeah. No, it was a real sense of loss.
Yeah, it's almost like there used to be an argument at school, and that was one of the main ingredients to civilization is the notion of permanence. And the buildings all look substantial. Most of our buildings do. And the surprise to most of us, even non-architects alike, is how quickly they came down.
What about the fact that there's just apparently a good deal of teen suicide is linked to the difficulties of young people accepting their own homosexuality? Like, do celebrities, particularly ones in Rosie's position with all of her stature and, you know, and her flexibility, do you think that they have any kind of moral obligation to come out?
Well, yeah, I do too. And I think she can have an influence on that, whether she's honest about it or not.
It must give a soldier extra courage to have a sweetheart waiting for him, though, does it?
Well, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I understand that your wedding had to get postponed.
Well, yes, we were supposed to be married in July 44.
July 44.
And a little thing called D-Day happened.
D-Day came along.
And that wedding dress there was in and out of the air raid shelter every single night. I had it in the...
It doesn't look the slightest
Oh
bit
no,
soiled
it
as a result.
survived. It survived, but it went into the average every night. I was not going to lose that.
No.
I might lose the house.
Did you have any silk stockings to get married in?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember.
I've heard that the grocery store is a favored pickup zone.
Yeah, there's actually a few places in Victoria that have arranged, a few grocery stores that have arranged singles nights.
Now, would you go to one, Jen?
No.
Used to be AA, now it's Safeway.
No, not at all.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I can't see myself meeting somebody standing in the produce section squeezing grapefruits or tomatoes.
Would you go up to a cute guy who was fingering a melon and would you?
Well, I don't.
Tell him.
I mean, are we talking? Are we looking at technique, or are we just admiring him?
Well, you tell me, Jen. I never committed the adultery. Do not sew the red A upon my bodice. See, I'm churning the butter.
Okay. 1, 2. All right. Hold on. No. Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
High on a hill was a lonely goat herd, lay-o-lay-o-lay, hee-hoo. She yodeled back to the lonely goat herd, lay-o-lay-o-lay.
Last night I had a dream about you. In this dream I'm dancing right beside you, and it looked like everyone was having fun. The kind of feeling I waited so long. Don't stop, come a little closer as we jam. The rhythm gets stronger. There's nothing wrong with just a little fun. We were dancing all night long. The time is right to put my arms around you. You're feeling right, you wrap your arms around you.
I got lipstick on the screen.